Hello, I'm Dr. Rhoberta Shaler, the Relationship Help Doctor, and today I want to talk to you about another maneuver that hijackals have in their toolkit or in their modus operandi, and this is hoovering. And yes, it is just what it sounds. It comes from that famous vacuum cleaner company. And what hoovering is when you just want to leave your partner, or you maybe set some stronger boundaries and they get a little bit afraid, or you have had an incredible outburst, or they have, and they're really concerned that you're not going to appreciate that very much, then they pull back and try to suck you back into the relationship. They don't want change in the relationship. They want to stay in power. They want to stay in control. They want to always be winning. And you've listened to my videos on all those things, so you know those are the hallmarks of a hijackal. But when they get scared, when they get afraid that you're going to leave, or that you're becoming demanding, or that they have gone too far, they may even be afraid that you're going to retaliate or you're going to walk out on them. And at those moments, and I know you know those moments, they seem to have this uncanny ability to all of a sudden have the capacity to say they're sorry, to identify that they made a mistake, to be in the wrong, which is almost unheard of for a hijackal, as you well know. And you can't believe it. Again, a little incredulity, like, wow, maybe he or she is really changing. Maybe he or she is finally seeing the light. Maybe there's hope for the relationship. And because you were just moving away, or they were concerned that you were moving away, or maybe you have moved away and they're very, very clear they want you back, then they know that they have to pull out the big guns. And they will do that. You will get flowers, you will get apologies, you will get a wonderful night in bed, you will get all kinds of things to slowly suck you back into the relationship. And this is what we call hoovering. And you know when it happens, you're kind of resisting, you don't want to go, you know better, but that part of your brain that says, oh, maybe there's hope, maybe this will be all right, maybe this will work, is engaged, and whoop, there you are. You're back in the relationship. And it can take less than an hour, or maybe less than a week, before you're right back in the thick of it. They've got the control, they've got the power over you, and now they have you in their clutches once again. And then there's those moments when you just feel so defeated, like, really, I couldn't resist this, I got caught again, you know, foolish me, why did I do that? And then you have to pick yourself back up, dig deep and find the resources, and start to see the behaviors of the hijackal again for what they are, and to know whether or not this is acceptable to you on any planet. And if it is not, then you have to start asserting your boundaries. First of all, clarify them, then express them, then maintain them. Be very assertive about it. Tell your hijackal how you want things to be, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And yes, of course, I hope you're not with a violent hijackal who's not going to take that, but you have the right, you know, because you breathe, because you take up space, you have the right to say what works for you, what you want, or what you need, or how you feel. That's not a question. You don't need permission to say any of those things in a healthy relationship. So if you're not able to say those things, you know you're in an unhealthy relationship. But back to hoovering. Hijackals always want to win. Anything that looks like loss or potential loss, oh no, I've got to get the power and the control back. And so when they get scared, they will hoover you back in. When they're afraid that they've been too overt in their behavior, they've said or done something, maybe even been physically violent, all of a sudden they are so repentant and so sorry, and they want you to come back. And they know, you know, because this is how they got you in the first place, that they can say exactly the right thing to trigger you and your emotions into responding to them in the way that they want. So know that hoovering is a thing, and that you don't want to allow yourself to be sucked back into something that you're extricating yourself from, whether that's a way of interacting or from the whole relationship. But you don't want to get sucked back in, because it's part of the abuse cycle. And I hope you're thinking about this as abuse, because that's what it is. Hijackal behaviors are usually verbally and emotionally abusive and sometimes physically abusive. And so it's part of the abuse cycle to get hoovered back in, to get sucked back in, to give it another go. And you will justify and rationalize and make excuses for it. You know, you did it for the children. You did it because they're under stress. You did it because you don't want to cause upset before the end of the school year. Whatever the story is you're telling yourself, you will be sorry in the morning. So know that hoovering is a thing and that it could happen to you. You may look back on your relationship with your hijackal and know it has happened. And let's not let the hoovering begin again.